But we talked about not being funny.
Well,
Hey, it's nice to meet you.
hey. Don't look me in my eyes, dog.
My God. All right. Well, let's introduce ourselves at least. Jonah, you're here. I've talked with this guy before, but what have we learned about the three of us since Chris and I did our first podcast months ago?
I think we learned that my father and you are part of the same Sangha,
Yeah.
which is Lama Rinpoche.
Yeah.
And my father speaks very highly of you,
Oh, wonderful.
which I'll go on record saying. So it's my first lie of the day.
That's what I thought.
But yeah, I know that you know my father, and that came to be because Chris had sent me a clip of you talking on Instagram, and I pulled it up, and I go to your page, and I go, oh, I know this guy.
What a trip.
And so when I brought you up to my dad, he's like, oh yeah, I know Jaymee. Very great guy. Like, got a podcast, knows Lama. I was like, wow.
Dude, awesome.
Kind of random.
So we're related, kind of.
Yes.
And you just happen. How long have you been working with Chris?
Wow.
How long have you known Chris?
When did we?
3 years?
No, more than that.
4? I don't.
So pandemic-y.
2022? 2023?
Yeah. Well, I keep thinking it's 2024, and that's why I keep eating like expired condiments, you know?
Yeah, I think we started making music together in 2023. Mm-hmm. I think that's about right.
What's your background, Jonah? I mean, what had you been doing in music that would entice him, and conversely, I'll ask him.
The long story short, and you interject whenever you want, except for right there.
Oh, you will.
Yeah, is Chris was at my house working with a housemate of mine on a project, and he was outside having a cigarette, and I walked out, and I was just like, hey, how's it going? And kind of just struck up a conversation, and very similarly to how I meet most people, we just kind of hit it off and started talking about creative stuff. And at one point I was like, hey, why don't you come back and let's just like open some stuff up in the studio and just work on something and just see if it clicks.
Yeah.
And it
No
clicked.
pun intended.
Yeah, literally. It clicked so well that he eventually moved into the house and we made a record.
Wow.
Really in about 2 or 3 weeks, we did the whole record, and then we spent the better half of a year doing the last 2% of it, which is usually how it goes. You know, you spend 95% of the time doing, the whole thing, and then the last, couple percent takes the longest.
And I want to also introduce you as the person who edited this episode.
Yes.
And the Brandon episode, which you've taken on.
Yes.
And and that's a really amazing thing, an auspicious connection that we have, not only with your father, but also the need that I had for someone like you to be exactly who you are at this time.
Thank you.
It's incredible. I mean, your enthusiasm and your willingness. It's like how I feel about if Lama makes a request to me or something like that. It's like, oh yeah, I'll be there, and I'll just be there, and I'm not worried about the details or anything like that. And that's your heart. You have like the heart of a devotee.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's very similar with. I'd say with Chris, it was very much like I can. Actually, that's a good story. He invited me to be in one of his music videos, and he goes, there's 10 or 15 of us standing there, and we're all dressed like we're in a cult, and he's the cult leader. That's the vibe of the video, and he's like, does someone here want to wrestle a chair? And I go, I'll do it. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah.
That's when I knew he was the one, really.
And so I wrestled his chair, and I really wrestled the hell out of a chair.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He won.
Oh yeah. Barely.
The chair didn't take it sitting down.
What the fuck? You must have children somewhere out there because you've got the dad
I do.
joke.
Yeah, I have. But
you do actually have a
of
child.
them?
You have a daughter, right?
I have two. Yeah, I have two.
kids?
I have two.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Plus all of his cult following, which are all his children.
Right.
Equally.
and I love the show All My Children.
Oh boy. But so I basically was like, yeah, I'll do that, sure. And then he's like, oh, I have some lines of dialogue. Does anyone want to do these lines of dialogue? And I was like, sure, I'll do it. With no acting experience, and
don't you just love a guy like that who shows up and is just like, oh, I'll do it?
Well, that's kind of the thing. It's like I've realized, whether big actors or authors and musicians and all these people, it's the fucking, the fortune favoring the bold and the fake it till you make it. Mm-hmm. Reminds me, there was a guy in Boston. He was called Mr. Butch. He was a homeless guy, and he wore a suit, and he would kind of just be around, but he's like, fake it till you make it, and he fucking could do anything. He'd be inside of like Harvard, and he'd be getting free food, and it was like the self-imposed nature of your failure or success is self-imposed. Mm-hmm. It's not from everybody else, because if you're like, yeah, I'm the world-renowned chair wrestler, I believed him. Yeah. And he did it, and then he was. It's like, what's the difference between saying you can do something than like that? There's no difference. Like, fucking do it, And I think that was the thing when Jonah and I met. Like, I would say this not in a derogatory, but he had like an audacious nature, because I was smoking, and that's usually when people leave me alone. Mm-hmm. But he walked up and he's like, what was it like when you and Macklemore were on a major label? How's that work? What's that like? And I was like, what?
And that's not an imposition, right? Isn't it kind of like almost like I've been waiting for somebody to ask me, even though, I mean, just the trajectory.
I didn't feel imposed upon. I felt like, wow, finally someone has some fucking cojones, like some balls now.
And respect. I mean, that's a respectful thing to know the past and go and to pick your brain about it.
And to ask in a real way where it's like, I knew that he wasn't trying to fucking manipulate me or anything, where it was like a general, like not general, but like a genuine curiosity, because he's like, I really want to fucking know. Yeah. And
he's like us, like want to know things about the, like I guess the liner notes of life.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. The
write
fucking,
that down.
That's my line.
I think my hand was in front of my face, so that won't go viral. That won't be the clip.
Well, it's true though, is because But the sad thing is I probably didn't give him any sort of answer. It probably was just like, I don't know, man, it was weird. Probably.
It's funny.
You probably did.
I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
I think there was somebody else taught me this. I don't know who. Definitely wasn't Chris. But someone taught me this, where they said, if you want to do something or you want to know something, just ask. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah. That's all you got to do. Because worst case scenario, he goes, fuck off. And I go, all right, I'm going to go back inside. Yeah. But instead, we had a conversation. And without that conversation, we wouldn't be here. Right.
Amazing. What's your background in music? I know, like, I introduced you as the guy who's editing this. So you have that right. in your profession also, is like being an editor and
right.
And what, a director, would you say? Or?
Yeah, director, okay.
Creative
shot
content.
A lot of stuff. Yeah, kind of just overall creative stuff. But I graduated high school when I was 16 because I just couldn't be in school anymore. It was too much to, I was the student that would say, they assign you homework and I go, yeah, no, once I leave here, like that's my time. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna.
Didn't you actually start teaching high school at 16 and a half?
I started teaching.
It's like Doogie Howser.
Yeah.
It says Doogie.
But no, I left high school, graduated. I went to school for audio engineering, got my associate's degree in about 9 months or 10 months. And
would you recommend that? Because there's a lot of frowning on these sort of like ma and pa learn how to be an audio engineer colleges and stuff. But
I think you can learn anything you want on the internet now.
Mm-hmm, right.
But for me, especially at the time, there were videos online about how to mic up your guitar or whatever. But for me, I got to go to a really great place called Studio West. And it was a commercial recording studio where I got to step inside in a classroom and then put my skills to the test and practice in a commercially operated studio.
Right. So it feels and looks like where
yes.
you're going to be headed if you have a career in
Once I graduated, I still go to Studio West and do jobs now.
Oh, nice.
So it's like, it's a great place.
Oh, so it's so they do an educational thing, but they also are a studio.
At the time, it was like 10% educational, 90% studio. Now I'd say it's like 50-50. They have 20 to 30 students a year go through. Peter Dyson was the owner. He, long story short, he was like, college costs X amount of dollars. We know that we don't take college funds right now, which now they do, but at the time they didn't. So after taxes, it would be this. So how about this? Make us an offer. And my dad's like, oh, how about this?
Yeah.
And he goes, perfect, no problem.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it. If you want to come to extra classes, just show up. It's, we don't charge. It's fine.
Amazing.
And without Peter Dyson, there would have been no me in this world.
How do you feel about, just while we're on this subject, about the, about having a mindset of, I want to become an audio engineer or get into, analog production where you're actually in a studio? Is that?
I don't know that I knew what that was going to be.
Yeah.
Like at no point was I sitting in that classroom thinking, oh, one day I'm going to meet an artist and sit down and have this skill. But I always knew the value of knowing how to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
My parents would travel a lot when I was 14, 15, 16. So I was left home with a general contractor named John, and he would stay at the house. Mm-hmm. And my parents would go and be like, okay, we're coming back in 2 weeks, and we're going to get the floors redone. Mm. So John's going to do it. So John would say, well, you're going to sit in your room, or you're going to help sand these floors? Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't know how to sand these floors. Like, my hands are soft. And he'd be like, yeah, well, you're going to fucking learn.
Wow.
And so I learned.
It's like you got a stepdad without your parents getting divorced.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Stepdads, sometimes they're cool. Mine was cool.
He was very cool. I think I didn't like John at first, but I actually learned how to do everything. And he taught me these two things. He said, don't be afraid and don't break anything you can't fix. Uh-huh. And those two things I still think about today.
Nice.
Pretty much all the time.
Is he the epicenter of your go-getterness or some contributor?
My parents were.
Yeah.
But John was the one who was like, hey, worst case scenario, you split a piece of wood, you just got to replace it. There's you don't have to, it's not this whole thing. Mm. If you're recording a song and it's not coming out the way you want, don't just scrap it and throw it in the trash. Just fix it.
And has Fences been a collaborative project between you both since him coming in, or what was the? How does it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it has in a sense of almost me, not under duress or under like a kind of like okay, take my child, but yeah, kind of like break the wood and we replace it.
Christopher is a songwriter. Mm-hmm. He's an artist. He's a songwriter. Mm-hmm. And he can sit down with a guitar. And if you told him, hey, I need you to write 25 songs today, they each have to be 3 minutes, then 3 minutes of 25 songs will go by and it's done. He doesn't have to think about it. It just happens. Now, you can write a song, but now you have to put it on the internet. You have to.
I've never owned a computer, so
right. He doesn't have a computer.
What the
he doesn't,
fuck?
I mean, only recently he got a cell phone.
Huh. Yeah.
So for Chris, he could write a song, which there's plenty of people that can write songs, but Chris can write songs, things that mean something.
Yeah.
And then my role, which in some ways in art, but also in some ways is a science. The science is, well, this song needs drums. Let me play drums. Uh-huh. The song needs a bass. Let me play bass. Although Chris did go to school, Berklee School of Music for bass.
Oh, wow.
So he could play everything.
For bass.
Yeah, Jacob Astorius, Weather Report, Victor Wooten.
James Jamerson,
Duck Dunn, Marcus Miller.
Bass McBass.
You basement,
He's one of my favorites.
Basie McBaserton.
Who's the bass player in the Chuck E. Cheese band lineup?
Actually, it was
For Showbiz Pizza.
What was it? It was maybe a raccoon. I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, the animatronic raccoon from Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a stand-up. It's like a thing with
I'm not going to solfege Teen
Jug-
Town.
Jug band.
But anyways,
I had to legally.
he can write the song, and he just needed somebody at the time. You know, he's always had people, but at the time, I think I kind of just had this natural introduction.
I will say this. I've always had people, and this is not
go
to
ahead.
kiss your ass like
Too late.
on a podcast. Can we edit out that? And I'm like, yeah. Do you have any chapstick? No, I've had people, but it was interesting. Like, not to say any names, but kind of like, you know, during making all these songs or whatever, my phone, I still knew 92 songs right now. 92 right now.
Wow.
That have not been done.
I get voice memos from him literally every day of new ideas. I save them all into a folder.
Yeah. I know you wrote a little piece for Street Monk that's actually going in the part 2 that I'm getting today. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's
Thank
so
you.
amazing. Well, yeah, well, that's the thing. Thank you. It's because without him, there's no me. Without you, there's no me. It's like you start to realize like it's all.
What was that last part?
It's all ping pong. It's fucking ping pong, man.
Yeah.
And
Thich Nhat Hanh is just talking about ping pong, interconnectedness.
yeah, that's all there is. Like I can't like you know, the tree falling or like a comedian. It's like, yo, so my mom just died, and it's like silent. She really died. Yo, my mom just died.
Yeah.
They clap.
Yeah.
Well, she's dead, but at least it's funny. You know?
Tell me about pursuing bass playing at a college.
Does it make sense, right? You love that.
What's it do with airplane?
Sorry, I was formulating my
No,
wonderful
it's
question.
okay. But I was going to say, yeah, I will go to the bass thing, but I will say this, that to Jonah was not underselling himself, but I've had people do that, but to do this with this dude, it's like we sit in a fucking room and it's almost dangerous. Because I say within 3 hours, it's going to be maybe something. I'm going to be snotting and crying. I mean, we literally have had to have tissues in this fucking studio.
You know, to
We're so
close.
fast.
From your collaboration.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the byproduct of your collaboration.
He is my. There is a disconnect. There's a. I wouldn't say a bitterness, but almost like I'm tired. Like I have been stabbed. Like I'm bleeding, and he's like, well, let's get the blood and let's figure out what to fucking paint with it. I needed this, and he's very fast, and I'm fast too.
Yeah.
So it's,
you need somebody to capture the magic and also know what kind of vision you have for the quick capture of the magic.
Exactly. And don't tell me in 3 months you'll get an email back with something. It's
Right.
like, no, we do it, we edit it that night, and then we both listen to it, and in the morning we're both up like, that's fucking perfect.
I have to just compliment you on this role that you found in life because from everything he's saying and everything that I've experienced already, it's like you're sort of the artist's dream because
Sort of.
I've just been waiting. Yeah.
Almost.
That's the Buddhist in me that won't commit, you know, and attach. Sort of leaves a little room to just say, and maybe not. But
It's true.
yeah, you know?
It's like sleep paralysis, but it's Jonah. He's like, the vocals are perfect.
Right.
Vocals, he's in your doorway.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, I dream about somebody like being an enthusiastic, sort of lightning in a bottle catcher, you know, to have that person around, the sort of artistic stenographer, you know, of
That's a good one.
of
That's
things.
really good.
Hey,
yeah.
write that down. Well, you know, when we did the video where I wrestled the chair,
Right, it's
Hang
just
on.
so multi-purpose.
to close that circle,
Yeah.
you know, you hit me with a voice memo that was like, hey, the audio guy's having a little bit of a problem with the video. We did this dialogue. It doesn't sound good. Like, is there any way you could take a look at it? Also, I hear this like Gregorian chant kind of goes like, whoa, and and like any way we could kind of like
15 minutes later,
some bells and some stuff, and like I don't know, something that's like ethereal, but also, and I'm like, yeah, let me give it a go, and yeah, like 15 minutes later, I got Gregorian chants, and I played all these bells, and I shot a video, and I sent it to him, and I edited the audio for this music video, and I said, how's this? And he goes, this is perfect. Like, how'd you do that? And I'm like, well, like we said before, my background was, I went to school for audio engineering, so I can engineer audio. I think that's more of a science than an art. I know people will hate that, but
no,
it's more of a
not
science.
at all. Yeah.
Life
is more of a science.
Like
No, you would like that actually.
But it's more of a science. Like, okay, I want it to sound like this, and this is the purpose it needs to serve. Then the artistic part is like, can you do it and match somebody's vision and convert that into reality?
And fast.
And fast.
There's this.
I think that's the art of it.
There's this. I was once praying in my life, not for someone like you, but to be someone like you. And I feel like that's kind of what I've been doing, is sort of, learning about my environment wherever I go, or following my pursuits where I'm interested in it, and learning about the nuts and bolts of it, so that one day, and seriously, this has been my life's trajectory almost, so that one day somebody would just come in and recognize, oh, what a fucking gem this is. Jesus, so do you want to come? You do want to come hang out?
Yeah.
Wow, you could bring that thing over here? And Neil Young talked about it in his Waging Heavy Peace book.
Oh, the best.
Yeah, such a good book.
The best.
And he talked about meeting some guy, I think just after sort of 9/11 or something like that, kind of in the 2000s. But he met this guy who's just a Johnny on the spot, can do this and that, and just has this great attitude about it. And that he always looked out for people like that. And I was like, well, I want to be that person. I want to get plucked by Neil Young.
Right.
Instead, so I realized, I guess kind of that's what I've been doing my whole life leading up to that. So I was like, oh, that's a lane.
Right.
That's a thing. It's like being somebody that you can bring all these things together.
That now you are the Neil Young?
Yeah, no, not until now.
Right.
But as I was talking about this, I was like, oh yeah, and that kind of made me a Neil Young rather than the thing. But
in the pursuit,
yes,
you became the thing that you were looking for.
Yes.
Now he's not Neil Young, he's Phil Young. Right. That's the one.
That's mine, man.
Write that down.
All right, what's your deal with no technology? All those.
Well, I was going to say a Neil Young thing is one of my earlier managers, Giovanni. He managed Neil Young for a long time.
Really?
Because Elliot's, I think he passed away, but he was like 99 managing Neil Young. I'm like,
wow.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that's somebody who almost like a devotee.
Old man,
like you
really.
would see your teacher as long as there's air in those lungs,
Yeah.
it's a teacher. And so that maybe that's how Neil saw Elliot.
And Gio was young, and he was, I think, hanging with Neil's daughter. And he's told me, I'm not, this is not secret information, but he was sleeping on the couch, and he heard like, "Don't let it bring you down, there's only castles burning." Mm-hmm. He heard it being played and sang on piano, and he goes, "I love that song." He woke up, and then he looked, and it was actually Neil Young, because he was at his house.
Jesus.
And then he made them pancakes. And then he brought me to a Shepherd Ferry art show, and Neil was there with his son, and he does like the
cerebral palsy
school. Yeah, it's one of my fucking heroes, of course.
Yeah, totally. The bridge school benefits.
He comes up to me and he just goes, "Hey, so you're the singer, right?" And then he put his hand out to shake my hand, and I froze. I couldn't move my arm.
Wow.
I'm like this, and then Julie's like, yeah, right. Like, just like, get him away
and
from
moving along.
Christopher's losing his mind.
Wow.
But then, fast forward, we were talking about children, Neil Young. I was in a farmer's market in Calabasas, and I saw Neil and Daryl with my daughter, Moody. I was holding her, right? And I walked by him with her, and I was going to say, "Oh, Gia, like, we met, or whatever." And she was wiggling, and he took her and like Supermaned her around the fucking farmer's market.
Wow.
And I remember thinking,
that's a nice story.
Hopefully when she's older, she will even care who Neil Young. She'll probably be like, "Oh no, I like." Robot Terry 57. I don't like Neil Young. Like what, but I'm like, if you have no
Neil Young's
idea,
just an idea, she'll
Neil
say.
Young Supermaned you around a farmer's market.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Especially at that age and everything and showing that like that dealing with that, but attending to your child's request is more important than any conversation that's happening.
We didn't go into, I wasn't like, remember my band? I was like,
yeah.
She likes to be flown around,
Dude, that's a great thing. It's
and I
just
was
holding
like,
your heart.
yeah, exactly. It's the best thing. And and then I was thinking, I hope we remember who held us when we were young, like that.
Wow, yeah.
Like, do we remember it here, or do we remember it like?
And some, I hope
bones?
we forget who held.
Yeah,
Their hands on us.
I'm like, AKA my parents. No. I wish Neil Young was everybody's dad. I think he kind of is in ways.
Yeah.
If you're Canadian, at least.
I saw Neil Young. My little stories. I saw him on Zuma Beach, and that was like,
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, and
That's crazy. That
kinda
record
intense.
cover is about saying, well, because weren't they? What kind of weed they were putting like weed in like coffee or doing? They were doing something.
oh, were they
Yeah, I mean,
around the recording of that? Or
someone
around
can
that
fact check it, but they were on some weird, like when Kerouac
Can we get
was.
Jaymee to type that up?
Jamie, can you pull that up and then also
pull that up.
cancel the whole fucking podcast, please? Because I don't want to hear RFK fucking Jr. talking about if you don't eat gummy bears, you won't have autism. Shut the fuck up.
Now it's odd about Rogan's show because I haven't been one of the haters. I'm just not a hater.
Same,
I guess
same, yeah.
But
I'm a major hater.
yeah,
Major.
I'm just not a hater in general,
yeah.
But lately, when I go to watch his show or when I see the window, I don't go to watch it. I just on the algorithm. It looks like looking into a library. It looks like it's just a thing that, God bless the guy because of all the, there's so much good that's come out of what he's done. But then looking at these conversations, I go like, do I really want to hang out at the library? It kind of feels like, it kind of just feels that way.
It does. It
does.
does.
A little bit. It just feels like, for 3 hours. And where I used to just, be enriched by, the long form conversation. And one of the main contributions that I just have to make, a grand gesture here in pointing out, much like Neil Young is the godfather of grunge, I feel like Joe is the godfather of unedited content, where you just get these unbroken conversations and you can really learn about somebody more like in that setting than something that's all
I mean, you
hyper-cut.
would interview Jesus and Hitler.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like
And get hate for both.
And
Right.
both people were like, well, you know what? Hitler has a point, and you know what? Jesus is kind of an asshole. Really walking on water? Bullshit. And he's like, brought to you by male undies that make your dick look bigger. It's like, excuse me. Well, the thing with Joe, the only thing that has ever perplexed me about him, because, I've done things with like Duncan and, you know.
You're on the DTF.
Yeah, for sure. But I just feel like when you have this unbiased opinion where you can interview either side of every fucking spectrum, that to eventually denounce that you do have a responsibility and to realize that you were a part of certain people being more popularized and voted for. I won't say no shit further than that.
Sure.
And then when you realize, oh, maybe my little influence that I'm just like, gee whiz, I have no idea. And then you start talking shit about something that you helped fucking propagate. Makes me a little turned off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. No, totally. It can seem like morals or integrity aren't in place and that they're wishy-washy or
Not when your house is that fucking big.
right. I know. No, I know what you mean. For sure.
He's like, I'll just go in the fucking ninth bedroom to hide from my fucking.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about the window when I talk about the library situation.
Yeah.
Is like the library thing feels to me like it's more like redundancy.
Yeah.
Sort of like I know what his mind, I know how his mind operates.
Well, because he has repetitive things.
Yeah.
He's like, well, have you tried stem cells? Have you ever seen a grizzly bear? It's like, You don't have that. Like you don't go into these same like almost like I don't even know, like kind of schizo, like memory recall, like.
Well,
it
derails the show.
If you spend 4 or 5 hours a day in a library, you actually lose out on all that time doing anything else.
Yeah.
So you only have the other memories of, well, I'm home and then I do this and then I got to eat, right? So I could eat something different every day. Well, let me talk about that.
Well, no disrespect to libraries, too.
Right.
Or
I want to
totally.
say,
Or,
because like fucking A, I like hanging out in
libraries are listening.
Yeah.
We're interested.
Or like Sunday school. It kind of feels a little bit like
book on libraries
and Sunday school.
I mean, I just took a page from it. Just
what brings you guys out?
Spine.
What brings you guys out to California? Or you live in California?
I live in LA. Yeah.
You live in LA, yeah. So
I came to California for this.
Nice. Holy shit, man!
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Sort of, yeah. It was wasn't that far because I don't like the beach. I don't like sand. I don't like salt water. No, but I really did come here for this and a couple other things.
Man, I love you so much.
I love you too.
We've developed a real friendship, and we've done it digitally.
Yeah,
we somehow pulled that off. This is the first time we've ever hung out.
But it doesn't feel that way, which is weird.
Yeah.
I feel like you're like my son, my brother, my father, my grandfather, and then someone who's died and someone who's yet to be born. Like you're fully circulating like just a hi. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
I'm not even trying to like lead into like the Buddhist thing of your audience, but
no,
that's a genuine sensation.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
It is, man.
It feels nice.
It is. It's great to have you here in the home.
Yeah.
You know, and you've been a big supporter also since you've come into my life about really everything that I'm doing, and it's so nice in the same way of having a Jonah, where there's this perfect fit. Like you've been kind of like the friend that I've had my whole life, where I always have this person who I can trust they're cool, like how I can trust their their gauge of what's cool or not, and also they're in on the joke about everything, and it's kind of like a Goonies situation.
Yeah,
it feels very much like those kinds of friendships where you just get together and you just play, and we just play over text.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and it's I agree, and it's funny. I think because we can go from here to here, where like not saying the low is funny or the high is funny or like whatever, or maybe it's this, maybe it's more of this like a panoramic, but we can go from the most serious thing to the fucking funniest thing at the drop, and and there is also things like like my friend Rachel that like helps a lot too. Like she said, whenever I start having like a fucking meltdown, she's like, well, what does Jaymee think? You should talk to Jaymee.
Oh, really?
And I think that's beautiful that you've become that in my life. And it's
thanks, Rach.
It's actually
Rachel's is right behind me.
Yeah, I think Chris's mantra is like, what would Jaymee do? And Rachel's mantra is like, think about what Jaymee would do. Think about what Jaymee would do.
This is a fact, and no pressure.
No. People have said that to me before. I mean,
yeah.
oddly enough, it's like I'm used to hearing it now, and I also have practiced Llama's thing that I told you about, that just like don't obstruct people's kindness. Like don't tell people how to see you.
Oh wow!
Why would I obstruct your vision of me or thinking that way? There is somebody who got before they even met me, they just heard the "Love is the Author" phrase, and they got it tattooed on their head. And
I've seen the photo.
Yeah, that photo, and that's a girl, Megan Malone from Buffalo, and she's now just one of the closest people in my life, and she's going through something right now, a health thing, and I just thought, wow, it's so crazy that you get this "Love is the Author" tattoo on your head, and you don't even know anything about me, and then we have this whole thing. It's like what I was telling you the other day, and we could geek out on this for a second,
really
of how my new theory is that all of our accomplishments and who we are has already happened. It's already happened.
That was a good talk, yeah.
And then we're kind of like, we're moving forward, but it's kind of, we're retracing our steps, even though we're moving forward toward the thing that's already happened. And that tattoo on her head is sort of like a proclamation of that. It's like, I already know. And then that we're going to be close. This guy and I are going to be close or something. Or she just really was drawn to the phrase, which is, I'm serving that phrase. I'm not serving Jaymee. I'm serving Love as the Author as a phrase, as a concept.
This was the introduction to you saying you're about to rebrand.
Yeah, exactly.
We want to know what's beautiful is what is so strange about this type of almost like, shout out to my grandmother Joy, like, metaphysics and spiritual and quantum and like untangible, untouchable
Joy is now.
stuff.
Yeah, look at that. It already happened.
Okay. Yeah, not surprised.
Yeah.
But there is that, and then there is almost like the physical kind of like dumb, like caveman type of shit, where, let's say Jim Carrey wrote $1 million check when he was a kid and put it in his wallet, and then one day he cashed it.
That's right.
So that's it. So it's almost
Is that
like
a true story?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a true story.
And he pulled it out on David Letterman. I think it was Letterman, no, it was Letterman.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what that is, or what we
You're
do.
telling me that guy never lost his wallet for like 20 years?
Yeah.
That's the most impressive part of that story.
That's true. That is actually.
That is.
But you want to know why? Why would you lose it? If you knew you had $1 million check in your wallet, you're going to lose that.
How'd you guys feel with all the surge of Jim Carrey in the last week? And
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Hold on,
you
hold
can
on.
go. I can go.
Whoa.
I think we've reached a generational psychosis.
We're about to go. This is about to go to Illuminati level.
yeah, good.
But let me just say
What are you
this.
talking about?
Yeah. I'm protected. And we just talked about that the other day, actually, about how we were not going to talk about that.
Oh, really?
But I will say this.
It's the Illuminati.
Yeah,
Naughty.
There's no way that
Illuminating the naughty.
Either that guy got Either that guy got a ton of work done.
Yeah.
And he really used that $1 million check in the right way, or it wasn't him,
Or his
Right.
face is a wallet.
something happened,
Or
his face was left out in the sun for 60 years,
Right.
in the back pocket.
So have you seen the guy who said that it was him?
Yeah, but I saw that was recently debunked.
Right. It was debunked.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
He was a French guy who was just. What did Shiloh
He was
say?
he's
Like yo, like you're just clout chasing. Yo, Mardi Gras. The
other,
dude.
For you all watching this in the future,
I'm
you
going
can
to
tell where we are now in the
rest of the
timeline.
interview, I'm just
Shia
going to be
LaBeouf
Shia
and-
right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Change subject.
I actually reached out to him.
Yeah.
I reached out to him right after watching
He's
that
a
thing.
beautiful man. When I saw the footage of him getting assaulted, I started crying. Actually, Rachel and my friend Thomas were like, "Why are you reacting so hard?" It's only because I know him through people, and I know some things. Is what I'll say, but I don't know nothing at the same time. But you dig, you get
Absolutely.
it, and
The Jim Carrey thing, though, it feels like when it was happening, I was going, well, hasn't
said it
anybody
about-
seen the Kaufman thing where like he
Right.
completely inhabits this character? Maybe this is for a film and maybe he's
Right.
just...
that's what I said about Shia too. I go, bro. He's doing. Remember Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
rapper.
No, that's my favorite movie.
Me too. And this is really actually true.
I'm still here.
Is I was fucking I was practicing with music, and it was in his basement.
Oh, do you know his guy, the guy from Space Hog? Or is it Space Hog? Or what do they call it?
Well,
Yeah, Space Hog. Do you know that guy?
And after all we all knew,
Yeah.
let the breeze
That guy's like his music guy who's in the
movie.
Yeah.
And after all, we're just like you.
I met that guy
Yo,
while he was doing that
no.
thing.
He's got like 20 more minutes of that.
He's going to finish the Space Hog song.
He's got to go from that point to the rest of the album.
I should have requested the version they did on Letterman. to be
Dude,
more
they're so
specific.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But the point is like there's like NDAs and shit. You even rolled by Joaquin's house around that time.
Yeah.
And I think the same with I won't say nothing, but beware of the Brandos.
The Brandos?
The Marilyn Brandos. When a fucking genius starts acting too genius,
Yeah.
don't think you're not being fucked with.
Right.
don't think that. If you,
That's right.
it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yep.
like,
I'm glad you're saying it because that's right.
it is.
And it's also, this is the most beautiful thing that's kind of been presented to me through my Tibetan Buddhist, tenure or whatever, my time invested in life in that is that it is and it isn't all the time.
Yeah.
Like stop guessing is another one of Lama's teachings to me. Direct. He's just like, stop guessing. You'll never know. And even if you figured out the thing that you're holding is completely a part of everything else. It's nothing. It's also space. Okay. So at the root of anything that you could guess about somebody else or whatever.
I just leave. I'm like,
yeah.
No, that's fucking beautiful.
Isn't it? So I just it's like maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not. And maybe it's a stage act to prepare for something.
Yeah.
But people go, well, he really is drinking. And I go,
you know what?
That's how you fucking get drunk.
You know what he looks like? He looks like to me, when I heard him talking and when I looked at his face, I was like, oh, he's inhabiting Bruce Jenner. This is like Bruce Jenner prior to becoming Caitlyn. And it's like at that phase.
Do you think he's going to hit someone with his car?
Dude, you know what's crazy? I drove by the scene of that accident. I was there.
Perfect quantum.
Yeah. I drove by it the other day with my daughter too, and I was like,
I hope you were careful. You're like, well, there's two. Sorry.
I was telling my daughter, like, do you know that Caitlyn Jenner killed somebody? I mean, it was accidental, but
that's
isn't that the
like
thing?
kind of new parenting? That's
Yeah.
a new parenting style.
Yeah.
Hey,
like,
do you know
really?
that's where Caitlyn Jenner killed somebody?
Well, we were in Malibu.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
you were driving by the scene.
I mean, like, look at the flowers.
Well, I showed her a lot of other things, Chris.
Yeah, I know, I understand. Well, the flowers at the grave. No, sorry. We're not supposed to be funny, Jonah. We're not. No,
Yeah.
that's fucking insane. And
So with Jim Carrey, I just felt like, okay, he's maybe gonna be Bruce Jenner because if you watch, and I don't know, I'm not a Bruce Jenner expert, at all. But my daughter.
Wait, what are we doing here if you're not?
I thought outside it said Bruce Jenner Museum and expert.
Yeah.
That's what it said. That's why we're here. What the hell is it?
I had to get a senior ticket and the children's ticket to
Yeah,
come in here.
We did.
My daughter's been watching the Keeping Up the Kardashians.
Oh,
and even like the newer, and she's been watching that, and I go, oh, this is like, and I'm getting to watch Bruce Jenner, and then when Jim Carrey shows up as this, I go, wow, even his inflections, and this is just prior to being Caitlyn, he was kind of like, he just talked that way. He was very sweet. And it looks a lot like him. So I was like, oh, this is great. So he's going to go to the thing and all of a sudden be somebody who's all about awards, which he's always been the fucking trickster with that stuff. Mm-hmm. He's never in his life been somebody who's like lapping up the awards and like, oh, let me tell you some reflections of blah, blah, blah. He's usually cutting. He's usually the Bob Dylan of the thing.
He's been very
just like flipping
anti
yes.
all of those things, which means he could also be playing a really great character.
Absolutely.
But, I think his whole, you'd have to ask him, but I have a feeling that his whole ethos, text him real quick. His whole ethos is like taking the piss on that whole scene.
Yeah.
And I could see him being like, well, this is my version of entertainment of this.
Yeah.
Because now everyone's talking about him. I don't even know what award show it was.
Dude, he has
All I know is
reinserted
he was
himself.
there, whatever
No one
was.
knows. It was in Paris.
Yeah.
No one's seen it. It was a play, I think. And he was smiling. He was very happy. Hair slicked back. He was almost giggly, like, oh, beautiful, beautiful. He seemed like he was on like a very nice sort of, if there was like a cool drug that they could give me to feel better, I want it. I want the Jim Carrey drug. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to have like weird discolored eyes and like strange, puppet cheeks. But I would love to be grateful.
Are you sure?
You want to look like this.
I want to look how I look, but I would love the gratitude he has. But I think, but I guess to circle back, I mean, if I don't want Jim Carrey.
Circle back, I
on my
wrestled that
ass.
chair.
Well, no, but that
all
was
tangents
that
since
was
then.
that was very like first wave Jim Carrey when he came out of the rhino's ass. That would be something you would
hey,
be
that
like.
rhino just sold for $48,000 to $8,000.
It is, but
I
he
saw
also
that.
is it. We don't know if it's the same rhino. We think it might be a clone too, because the rhino looks a little weird.
But the chair had a lot of work done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's serious?
Talk about making this record. So,
Yeah,
So
all right.
this is a
Circle back.
You've made,
I look over
Prairie
Jonah.
Tremens.
Jonah's a clone. I'm like,
Do you guys worked on Prairie Tremens together?
Yes.
Prairie Tremens.
Yes.
Yes. And
delirium tremens.
yeah, I mean it's
Prairie tremens.
it's got this, and that's the record that precedes this one. It has.
Can Rachel hand the back of it so we can
yeah, please.
read it? Rachel, will you hand the record really quick? Just to talk.
yeah.
Just to read the back
Rachel.
because it's mildly important. The very bottom.
Okay.
If you read it, because I connected the definition of prairie and the definition of delirium tremens, and I made it into one little poetic
Wow,
stance.
that's beautiful. A large area of level or rolling land that is in its natural uncultivated state usually has deep fertile soil, a cover of tall coarse grasses, a few trees, violent delirium with tremors that is induced by excessive and prolonged use of alcoholic liquors. I'm going to read it one more time.
Yeah, I think I bumped the mic.
I'm going to read it because I have it, but it's written in a way that I don't normally write. So my mind is going, okay, learn this. A large area of level or rolling land that is in its natural uncultivated state usually has deep fertile soil, a cover of tall coarse grasses, a few trees, violent delirium with tremors that is induced by excessive and prolonged use of alcoholic liquors. And that is here, and that is here.
And
I got my own copy with my name on it. My full name, Christopher James Carpenter. Trustfall. Written. Why'd you write Trustfall?
Because when we first met, you said it felt like a trust fall.
Oh.
And you forgot. And that's
It was meant for the
No, it was meant for the people who didn't listen to
We
the
just
first one.
wrote your name on it. Yeah.
No, it's funny, and I did that the day I think that we met or spoke. I wrote it out, and I was all excited, and then I put it in my room as a decoration, and I thought, well, I'm going on this maybe it's time to give it to him now.
God, that's so great. Yeah, I wish you would have brought your weed
And yeah, that is
that you grow.
The weed growing is interesting because it's like set it and forget it out in that desert, you know. I mean. And you don't get scared off of it.
Wow.
Just like, did it get burned and have to get moved? Yes.
So it's like 1992 weed.
Oh yeah, you could smoke a whole joint and just be like, REO Speedwagon might be the best band ever. That's all you're thinking. But you're not like, you're not scared. Like, we should call the hospital. It's like, you're like, how did Ian Anderson really manage the flute with one leg? Like, that's the high you get. Like,
dude.
Step that high.
In the rock and roll circus when Jethro Tull plays.
Oh, I love him.
Fuck.
Meanwhile, back in the year one, when we belonged to no one.
So does that influence? Does that kind of?
Oh, Jethro is right in the fences stuff and no one knows.
Wow.
Because it's very
We don't
Irish.
even know how in it is.
You didn't stand a chance, son, when your pants were undone.
Yeah, it does sound like you.
Brave to society. And so, because it's the one day you wake up in the present day. It's because I have something, because, you know, I'm Sicilian but Irish. So the half step stuff. If I had words to make a day for you, I'd sing you a morning, golden and true. And I would make this day last for all time. That half step.
Yes.
Time.
Right.
He knows, like,
Are you good? Are you okay? Like, are we doing this? Because I'm trying to just close the car door so we can drive. You know what I mean?
no, dude.
Right.
Well, well, no, but this guy was on all the records. There's like 95 fucking things, and he will spin one of these cocksuckers around. Do it, and I'm like, what is it? And he's like, Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Not the McDonald's thing, but sorry,
more half.
sorry,
More
but-
Tower of Power than McDonald's.
Oh, dude, Rocco Prestia, he just died.
Yep.
What is hip? Bing, bing, yeah, dude, I'm a dork.
Yeah.
Base Day, 1998, New York. Rocco Prestia played.
Wow, bass day.
And he had a P bass, yeah, a walnut P bass.
I want to know about your bass. Why the bass as your main instrument? And you don't normally hear that.
Why did you pick the bass composition or whatever?
And especially
bass?
Berkeley, like going there to learn about bass. That seems like such a. I don't hear that story often.
Portrait of Tracy by Jaco Pastorius. Like
Well, that's like soloing.
Well, it's yeah. It was. I'm sorry, I keep doing this so
fine.
close to me, but it's gonna fuck up the sound. You know?
Dude, the whole thing's ruined. No, don't worry, I'll fix it.
He's gonna fix it.
Well,
Or not. It's just gonna be real. Right.
Mm-hmm. And he wore a headband.
Great documentary. Is it just called Jaco?
Yeah. And Felix is in it, like at the end. And I played that bass on To the Tall Trembling Trees on a song called The Fountain.
You got to play Jaco's bass?
Yeah, and I started crying.
Well, Felix.
I was like, he played on all the
and him.
records.
Yeah, Felix was the Fence's guy for a long time.
I stayed at their house when I was like 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
Up until recently, I mean, I think you probably moved
That's it.
and
he went,
that was
and he's like, he's more like European based right now. Like he's
Based?
yeah, based.
I mean, I wouldn't fret about it.
Ooh. God, let's end it on a low note.
I don't want to string you along, but I don't know.
Yeah, why the bass? And what? So it was Jaco. Jaco.
It was just
first influence?
Jaco. It was Jaco, and then I
Jaco
started,
Pastorius.
Jaco Pastorius, man. Like when you did Donna Lee, Charlie Parker on a fretless bass. Are you kidding? Mm-hmm. And then like Havana. It's like he would quote Sound of Music. He would quote Hendrix. He would quote.
He's a composer. You don't normally hear bass player composers, but Jaco
Charles Mingus,
and Mingus,
the only other one, and that was his favorite,
which is insane. I mean, his music is insane for being a bass player. As your primary instrument, which I know he plays other instruments, but
I would
he writes for
assume.
them all.
I will say this, and not in an argumentative sense, is that almost like you're a better cake maker when you know the bottom of the fucking cake, right? Mm-hmm. It's like if you're down there and that is your tonal like reference, the top is just dancing. So if you're a violinist, it's like when I think about who's that kid that played in Arcade Fire, and he went and did his own thing.
I don't know.
It's not Andrew Bird. But it's somebody who does violin. And
no, Andrew Bird left the Zippers, the Squirrel Nut Zippers. He was in the Squirrel. Is that who you're referencing?
No.
Sure.
I would no. I know.
That sounds pretty good.
No, I was talking about the what was it? No, it was the Walnut Raccoon Buttons was a different band that he was in. But no, it was but like when there's a high tonality, like their compositions are different.
Right.
They're not worse, but like when you think about like Mingus stuff and Jaco's stuff, and even like Coltrane and Miles, those guys were not up here. It's like you kind of have to go like up, from down to up. Does it make sense?
No, completely. One of Coltrane's quotes is actually like all the musician can do is get closer to the sources of nature to see that he's in communion with the natural laws. Whoa. And that's what it feels like you're talking about is sort of like you understand the science of things. I mean, that's what Buddhism has done for me. And there is not a paid sponsorship with Buddhism, but that's what
by Buddhism. That is the funniest sense.
A paid partnership with Buddhism. It's shown me to go to the origin of things to see how they originate and to learn that. If you want to learn about something, learn how it came to be. And then if you want to maintain it, you want to maintain anything, find the origins of how it came to be and honor those origins somehow. And people just pay attention to the fruits of the labors, of the fruits of things, the surface showing, and they don't think about, and they see that as an isolated thing, as to have a relationship with, when rather than the dirt in which it grew from. You know?
Well, yeah, I mean, like loving the strawberries. Geez, you know what?
Hang on, can't see these.
It's just too close. Is he gonna fuck up the podcast?
No.
too late.
He's gonna.
Hey, let's take it from the top.
You don't think he wants us to look good?
After I wrestled that chair.
Can we take it from the top?
I actually love the fuck ups. I think it's great.
I think well, it's I remember when I was in Berkeley and I got a Fedora 6-string bass and I'm doing
and a fedora.
yeah, well, no, thank God. It's with an E. Yeah, it's two guys in Brooklyn. It was 6-string bass, but I remember I was playing it for I played with Kenwood Denard, he played in Miles Mount, plays fucking Miles Davis, Schofield and Jocko, and that's how I met Ingrid, Jocko's wife.
Wow.
But I was playing for him and he goes, man, you got a lot of chops and a lot of like cool ideas, but you're not playing no music, are you? And I was,
wow.
And then I had to kind
There's a
of
difference.
go back to the
Dude.
low, what we're talking,
Right.
the cake.
Right.
Not the fucking strawberries on top of the goddamn wedding that guy will drunk fall through it and the wedding will dissolve in 2 years anyway.
He's like saying, what are you rooted in? I don't
Yes.
feel what you're rooted in.
I wasn't.
Right.
I was afraid.
Huh.
And I wanted to be impressive for him.
Did you feel dumb? Did you feel dumb most of your life, like uneducated or something, and that you had to prove?
Let me
more?
answer that for him.
No, well, I will say this. I
Yes.
I felt dumb because everyone else was so dumb that my intelligence made me lonely. And therefore feeling dumb. But no, but like
I laugh because you're so poetic. Sometimes it tickles me. That's literally what I was doing there, not laughing at it. Yeah.
that's a shot right there. Well, no, I mean, truth be told, yeah, I lived in the car with my mother. Like, I went from I think like kindergarten to third grade, much like Jonah, like skipping ahead because we're dumb. Mm-hmm. And then I only did Montessori. Never
You
went to
skipped ahead.
Yes,
Wow.
like 4 fucking years.
Wow.
Because they were trying to teach me to read.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this. I've never said this on a podcast. Did I?
No.
They were writing letters, and these kids were like hungry, like little wolves or whatever, drooling, and I was in the back. And I jumped up and I said, Abraham Lincoln was a good old man. He jumped out the window with his dick in his hand. He said, excuse me, bitch, I'm just doing my duty. So pull down your pants and give me some booty.
Yeah.
And I said, I can read all that. And then they're like, get out. And then my mom pulls up in like a red Fiat, like high on cocaine. She's like, get in. And we leave, and then,
True story.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, thankfully. And then, and then I went
Actually,
to
we have
music
the
school.
Fiat's here today.
I was gonna say
Come on in.
the Fiat was really a Miata.
She's
But
dead. She's dead though. Where is she? To Ghost's mother.
She's dead.
Well, we circle back.
Yeah, and we're back.
And my mom
What
is
is the deal with
dead.
airplane food?
Hey, we're back at Love is the Author, and my mom is still dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, like skipping ahead is easy because how long does it take to read? Not that long.
yeah.
Look at the shapes. Figure it out. Like that's not my problem.
Right. Not my problem. So going back to the bass thing, so then entering into Berkeley, what does it equip you with that you still use to this day?
Oh man, it honestly,
And that's Berkeley with a L-E-E, not L-E-Y.
Right. The LEY is still great, but not
It would be more
nearly
the beatnik
as
thing.
impressive.
Right.
Or as expensive.
Yeah, right.
I think, with fear of sort of like talking about some like just straight music talk, it's like harmony,
Nice.
like knowing. I mean, knowing if I'm in an A major, I know that like
What'll work
I'll
with
do
that?
the B Dorian to like find.
I don't know what any of that means.
It's you know what it is. It's weaponization. It's just being fluent. It's like fluency,
Right.
and that's all it is. And it doesn't mean that you need to like be St. Vincent or be John Mayer or be like McCoy Tyner, but you.
Berkeley, my experience, I obviously did not go to Berkeley.
Why? Obviously.
Well, I think because, I'll explain that in a sec.
All right.
All of the people I know that went to Berkeley all say the same thing. They basically learned all this stuff, and the moment they graduate, the moment they leave Berkeley, the first thing they have to do is unlearn everything that they've learned.
Yes.
And I think Berkeley, just like learning a language, it's a language.
Yeah.
And you learn how to speak it and how to think in that language. And then when you go into the real world, no one speaks Latin. But if you have a good understanding of Latin roots of words, and then you see a word, you can determine without saying anything, oh, I think this word is derived from this word and it means this, even though I've never heard this word before. And I think going to Berkeley probably gives you the perspective to be able to listen to something or sit in with a musician and communicate in a different way, even though we just use, you don't have to actually say, oh, play this note, play that note, do it like this, do it like that. But if you say, I want it to sound like you're playing a bass line that Jocko would play, it's like, well, I didn't go to Berkeley, but I also kind of learned that language in other ways. And this is how I would interpret that into this bass line.
Right.
And someone who goes to Berkeley can do that as well, in the same way that if you went to school for aerospace engineering and they say, I need this to be more aerodynamic, the person's not just going to quote an equation. They know the processes that need to occur to make that change.
It's almost like developing a soul.
Yeah.
A soul of the music.
Or the understanding of how to interpret a soul of the music.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it seems like everything else prior is sort of an imitation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe that's even what he was.
No, that's well put.
It's an imitation, and then you learn actually the soul of music, and so you can write and play from that place of Jocko rather than trying to imitate the notes. And AI will be imitating the notes, and it doesn't have a soul. Then I think I found one of its flaws here among the many is that it'll never. I wouldn't trust a bass line from AI. No. Because it doesn't have soul, and you need soul in singing and in bass playing, at the very least, those two things.
Well, I'll put it this way. I mean, no, that's beautifully put because yes, you learn the language, and it's like the jazz cats that I fucking know. They're like they're not playing modes or melodic modes. They're just.
Playing.
They're just talking, and I always say that to people. I mean, it's kind of like more of a Victor Wooten thing, but it's like, are you thinking about the T and the H before the word when I said think? No.
Right. Wow. Nice.
A fluency.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what's weird, and that's what you are trying to gain, and that is the highest thing. And what were we?
I love the unlearning thing that you said because that's
exactly.
I was offering this course. I offer this course for people, which is like extended, intensive trauma work and hangs with Jaymee. Like I worked with this guy for 3 months, where he came here 3 days a week for 8 hours a day, and we would just hang and talk. We would read some, we would meditate, we'd go out in the world, and I was basically modeling another way to be, and I called it the school of unlearning.
Sure.
And that there can be these schools, and almost like with therapy. In the last 10 years or something, I've worked with so many therapists and tried to teach them how to not be a therapist so they could be a good therapist. Because of all of what they learned in school was actually like, they project all of what can go wrong onto the scenario. And that's why there's a sterile feeling in the environment of therapy most of the time, because people, and why it's so accomplishment based on both the recipient and the therapist, because they're both looking to hit the reward center, but they're also like not wanting to get canceled or something, from doing it wrong, or and so school teaches you all the ways it can go wrong.
Yeah.
And then what I teach them all is how to forget all that stuff and use their own intuitive heart. But it's not like you forget it.
Right.
It's
Sometimes
there, but you just don't operate from that place. It's there as a reference.
Right. Sometimes it's easier to unlearn a bad habit than to just learn new good habits.
Yes.
Because new good habits, there's millions of good habits, but all you really have to do is just unlearn this bad one.
That's right.
And, bad and good is,
right.
It doesn't really matter,
We're using relative terms right now.
Yeah, relative terms, of course.
We only got what time we have.
I think it's, how much time we have? I think as far as music goes, it's really easy to sit there and say, I want to play this crazy John Mayer song, and everyone's like, oh my God, you could play Neon? Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm going to learn how to play Neon.
That's in drop C.
Right. Wow.
Whoa. You got to tune your guitar down? Oh,
but then if you wanted to challenge someone and said, hey, I want you to go write something that is as complex as that, well, that could go in a million different directions.
They can't do that.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's difficult. I think to unlearn in that particular case is like, well, you have to really break down what the feel is of that riff or of that song, or what you feel like, or what it feels like to play it, or what it feels like to listen to it, or the feeling that you want it to give somebody else.
Right.
And then that can inform all the different possibilities of what it could be.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the good side.
Yeah.
But like, if you're just like, hey, here's this thing, now I want you to do that again.
Yeah.
It's like that's.
Well, it's kind of like
it's its own language. It's a different thought process.
Well, it's kind of like what both of you were saying and Jamie's saying, where people probably assume when they go to you that they're going to learn something. It's
right.
Like, no, quite the opposite.
That's right. We're
and
forgetting.
What you're saying also, and then one of the greatest Kerouac quotes, he said, all I have to offer you is my own confusion. And it's like,
yeah.
And then I,
but they're not taught that the confusion that he's talking about is actually like the true designation.
He's very
to
much
be.
not fucking confused.
Well, because it's maybe not. That's chaos.
Yeah,
to people.
it is. Well, it's in some rooms, some men, can't say who, can't say what that means or where. But we agreed that the most spiritual fucking phrase that I know about, or them, is don't know.
Wow, nice.
You need to leave room for God.
Yeah.
Like, don't fucking
speak
for him.
Right.
That's my favorite prayer of all time.
Right. Is it really?
It really is.
Wow. Yeah, or stop guessing.
Stop guessing. Well, that's an instruction.
Yeah.
But my prayer, but prior to even meeting Lama, was like, I don't know, because it fosters, that's where creativity comes from. It doesn't come from knowing, surprisingly. It comes from not knowing.
Right.
And because you're open. And so you can receive, That's the way I get involved with anything creative anyway, is like not manufacturing creativity, but actually waiting for the thing to show up and being clear enough to see it. And so you have to be in an I don't know space, and it also fosters just openness. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wish.
Oh, yeah.
I fucked that up.
I know. No.
Well, yeah, actually, it's funny. To circle back into the record.
Yes.
When we started making Now She's Long Gone Squint, there was this long period of time where Chris would say like, oh, I kind of like this, I kind of like that. And I'd be like, yeah, I kind of like this and I kind of like that. And both of us agreed that we had no idea what it actually was going to become. And our favorite part of working on it for the longest time was like, oh yeah, I have what song sounds like this one? And both of us like, I don't know. Let's just take it to wherever it wants to go. And
it's very real.
I don't know where it's going. You know?
That's this current record that's coming out.
This new one. Yeah.
Squint is the short name.
Squint's the single.
It's the single.
Okay. Which comes out in March.
And is it? Did you just?
Are you? March.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
And do we announce here that you're with the label now?
No label.
No label.
Still independent.
No. Okay.
But we are getting a lot of help from a lot of people in Christopher's musical career and in my musical career in the past that are all kind of in the same way that we have all these features on all these songs.
Yeah.
A lot of these people have come out of the woodworks to help us.
Wow.
In a very friendly manner. I mean, in ways that I would have truly never imagined would have been possible.
Yeah.
But just I think on the basis of the music of being like, whoa, I want to be involved in this. What can I do? And we're like, you could help us put it out like this, and they're like, no problem.
So these are the behind the scenes, not necessarily the
And
feature
then-
people.
and then-
Right. Well,
Yeah.
the feature people are part of it. 'cause,
Yes.
I mean, we were talking earlier before we were recording, like, you know, you could go pay somebody to be on your song, go spend $250,000 to have someone sing on your song. And that's great. But also you can ask as a friend, and the merit of the music is what makes them want to do it.
Exactly.
Not
Like-
the dollar amount.
Yeah, the dollar amount is, do they really want to be
Right.
here?
I mean, we
Like, you would have to ask yourself, do
Barry
they really
Tremmons-
want to
They
be
have all the money in the world.
Prairie Tremmons and Now She's Long Gone Son Squint. I would say overall cost to make each record is well under $1,000.
Wow,
Like
nice.
we're talking like,
And that's just 'cause we
guitar
ordered
strings.
Uber
Yeah, we had
Eats
to
and
get
stuff.
food. Yeah, no, but you know, like the whole thing is, it's really like, oh, it'd be nice if we had some pizza tonight.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, there's $30 to the record. You don't have to pay to do this stuff anymore. You also shouldn't have to pay somebody to be involved in your artistic creation.
Do you guys do you guys work out a lot of the stuff and just go into a proper studio, so-called, to
All
record
at my
like for a
house.
few days? Oh, really?
All at my house. And,
Really?
you know, I did go and stay in Santa Fe, and, you know, shout out to Rachel, who graciously opened her door to allow me to stay there.
She's on the back of the
Awesome.
record. Written,
Yeah, she's on. Yeah,
guided
she's
by
on the
Rach,
record.
so-
Yeah, and you know, lets me stay at her house and cooks delicious food, and has ultimately guided this whole process in more ways than I can say.
Shout out to Rachel.
Yeah, shout out to Rachel. But, you know, I have flown in, and we spent a day at like a major studio just working on little ideas here and there to add into the record, because I'm sure, as you have experienced, it's one thing to work on something remotely. Obviously, you know, Chris lives in Santa Fe and I live in Los Angeles, and we can make the record like that. But when we sit down, we could get done, you know, 10 years of work digitally, we could get done in 2 hours in person.
Right.
I mean, we had a plan for, you know, 3 days at a recording studio, and we got through about 6 hours of the first day, and we're like, okay, so we finished that. Like, what are we supposed to do?
Jackrabbits.
Now what? Now what do we do? But yeah, like it was all done at home.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of like, just do it yourself. If you don't know how to do something, watch a video. Even better, go ask somebody.
Yeah.
Don't ask somebody something you can Google.
Chris is that guy too.
But,
I mean, like
you know.
that. He's who do you want on your podcast? He's like, who do you want?
Yeah.
I'll get this person, or whatever. He's just like, and so I'm thinking about that, the connections that you made over the course of your career, and that they're all also kind of coming together on this record. It sounds like, but it's really based on how you've left people feeling. These people that are helping you, that are coming out of the woodwork, it seems like an assembly of people who, when they think of you, they think like how I do. They feel good feelings, and they go, "Oh yeah, I want to make that guy's record good."
I mean, that's a hard thing to accept, but and thank you so much.
It has to be, because they're not getting. These people are.
No, they need nothing from me.
They needed nothing.
I've had maybe
Well, I'll say they need one thing.
What's that?
They all want to be part of a great piece of art.
Nice.
That's something that
Well said.
there's no dollar sign on that. There's no like, oh, I got you a Rolex because you were on. Oh, there's a Maserati out front of your house. Like, you weren't. It's none of that. They could all do that, but when they hear something that he wrote that I've been able to, you know, touch and work on, and we've turned it into something that's like not your average everyday song, and they go, whoa, I would never come up with this. I can't come up with this. They could offer, and you know, I've said this to Chris, if they ask me, oh, would you work on my next record? I'd be like, no, I'm actually here for Christopher. Like, if Chris wants me to do something and you want to pay me $100,000 a year to engineer or produce your thing, like, thanks so much, but like, no, I'm doing this.
Are you mystified by the response that people have to you in this way, the Jonahs of the world, or even me, or any of these people that are on the record or helped with it? Are you mystified? Like, does it make sense to you that these people would want to help, or are you dumbfounded?
Call me Mistifer instead of Christopher. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, it's there's two ways to look at it, right? Like, I could be I don't deserve it. I'm freaking out, which I've had those moments, go toddler form, start trying to kick the wall from the bed or go full ego, like, you're damn right.
Sure.
Or the middle ground and be like, wait. Because sometimes I get, there's a massive gratitude, but also too, I think, like, when I listen to the songs, though, people go, how'd you get that person? How'd you get that person? And then I think, it's not that they're saying that. That's maybe my internal, dialogue. But then I listen to the song. And I go,
They will be saying
that's how I got
Right.
it.
They say the same thing to me
The song's beautiful.
Yeah,
about this podcast. They're like,
it's a
man,
song.
you got great guests. And I'm just like, and
Well, I don't feel no question about it.
what's that?
I feel no question about how you get good guests. But that's probably you do, but I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I just be like, yeah, of course, this guy is fucking warm, intelligent, and he has a fucking aura.
Well, you just got to listen to the podcast, and you're like, oh, that's why this person wanted to be on it.
Oh, thanks, man.
And it's the same with the music. It's like you have to listen to it and be like, oh,
I hate to
of
quote-
course this person wants to
I
be
hate
on
to
it.
quote my father, Eric, but he said, like, proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
It really is.
It
Like,
is.
It comes down to that. Like, that sounds like kind of like a blunt, dumb thing, but it's
No.
the shit is fucking good. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go, what do you
Wonderful.
I was going to say, it's proof is in the pudding for the Cosby thing as well. It's literally in the pudding. Yeah. But, yeah.
I'm going to do, can you put a mic on the
Now we all know why we went with chocolate, because it hides the
Right,
taste
right.
of the powder.
Well, yeah, I mean, when the spoon hides the medicine, it goes down.
Right.
I didn't say that. Cut that.
So besides me being on the record, which I was honored to be asked, and it was fun to record, and I recorded my part in this house on these microphones.
It's beautiful.
Same microphones I use for the podcast and everything, and all of that meant something to me to be a voice on your record. And besides me and Norman Reedus, who I know you've already put a clip out that he is in it too. So besides those two, is there anybody else that we can say is on the record, or is it all under wraps?
I think we should say everyone on the record.
I mean, Chris Bauer,
a
good friend of mine.
actor,
Yeah.
The Wire,
The Office.
True Blood, The Office, yep.
King shit, man. I mean, he's kind of,
Is he Australian? Or did he just play an Australian once?
he's been there.
Oh, okay.
Hey, boy, have we all.
Well, that's what we used to say when we got like too drunk. We're in Australia because you're just completely upside down, and you think you're like, I'm on a different timeline.
The whole record is all of, I mean, you'd be better to speak on it, but they're all of the influences that Christopher had for his musical life.
Wow.
I would say career, but it's probably even longer than his musical career. For his musical life, whether they were songwriters or people that said, you know what, you should come open and play a show for, opening for me, or someone like your very first concert.
Who was that?
Marilyn Manson.
Wow.
Yeah,
Right,
1996, Paramount Theater.
That was the year I was born, by the way.
Wow.
I was also at that
Me
show.
too. It was weird. They had to hold me, and it was loud. I had little,
Little earmuffs on.
yeah. They almost sued the hospital. It was abuse.
It's a big story.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest names on the record. And I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
it
just
is.
as far as,
It's fucking insane to
but
me.
yeah.
It's
Besides his music stuff, I mean, he's just a controversial person.
But with it, I mean, Jonah can speak on this, or I can. It's like he's just all I literally. I'm not just being like on the record. All I know of him is he has helped me in dire times, and I've only heard from everyone who knows him is that he's a beautiful, kind man. And I think when you put yourself out there like this, sort of dark, macabre, like Edgar Allan Poe, like the crow that Edgar Allan Poe is afraid of, and the Ozzy Osbournes and the Alice Cooper. It's like, that's kind of your brand. But as far as a man that I know him, he's one of the fucking, I trust him more than I trust my fucking neighbor.
Wow.
Like, he's a beautiful person.
Yeah, if by controversial you
yeah.
mean he's like a rock god icon,
Yeah.
I agree.
No, but I mean, I have a friend
But-
who made a documentary,
Yeah.
about like his
think-
past relationships and stuff. So
Yeah, totally.
So the controversy in that way, he's always been controversial, even back when I mean, of course, all his music, but then his part in the. I always wanted to meet him, watching him in Bowling for Columbine.
He's amazing.
Yeah, because even back
You guys would really get along.
I mean, you know what he said? He said in that thing, they asked him, like, what would you say to the Columbine shooters who were listening to your music?
Listen,
And he
'cause
said, I
no
would
one
listen.
did.
I would listen because nobody did.
And he had that cool hat on.
Right.
And I think, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like, I was like, wow, I want to talk to him at some point in my life, because I thought that was one, I'd never heard somebody say that.
Well, you're getting...
Say what you will about him.
You're getting close.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is as close as
Yeah.
you're going to get probably for a second.
You're not the first person who's tried to connect me with him.
Yeah.
Also. I know somebody else.
You will be, I wouldn't say pleasantly surprised, but
Well, I want to talk to everybody.
pleasantly validated. But don't go full Joe Rogan where, like,
No.
if you get, like, someone,
Oh,
When
you're
you
talking
get
about
everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you want to talk to everybody? No.
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 No, I
No,
just
you
say
don't.
I would. Right. No,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But I would give Brian Warner a fair shot at sitting down with me and talking about these things. And
You
I
would
feel like
adore him.
Yeah.
And all I can say, right, whatever, to have someone who says, oh, this. I mean, want to say that Jonas probably does too much, but I will say that dude has helped me more than, like, most people ever.
wow.
And then I say, wait, if that's the person you say is bad, who is the kindest person I know, then what the fuck are you talking about?
You're basing it on your actual relationship
and
with
that's
the person.
probably how we should base things.
Yeah. No, certainly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
I mean,
hard
imagine
to- it's
I
hard
think
to-
through public mind thought.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Can you
Yeah.
talk about your backstage situation with him?
It was
Visiting him?
incredible.
I know. It was just.
He brought us through, and I went in his little room.
It was just you and him, right?
Me and him, and he was sitting. And he's like, "Hey, Pigeon," that's my nickname. And he's sitting there, and I was like, "Can I sit here?" And it was his mirror with his makeup and all his stuff. And I sat, and I started to almost tear because I'm like, "Can I sit here?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't care."
Was that your first time meeting him in person?
No.
Okay.
But
So you've
for-
known-
Actually,
in
the
that-
first time that you met him in person,
You're at the studio.
yeah, at my house.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
that recently?
No,
Oh, it was a few years
A couple
ago.
years ago. A
That's
few years ago. 4. I don't know.
4 or 5 years
Yeah.
ago.
Okay.
But it was just, it was a
Yeah.
thing where it was like, like the only action that man has ever taken in my life has been helpful. So I get it. Like, but I don't need to. I don't want, like,
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Like,
I mean, all of us are working with our own minds.
Exactly.
Period. We're working with our own minds, and so we should sample directly whatever we can, rather than hearing things.
if I proceeded in a life of hearsay and people's speech, I'd never make records. I'd never dress how I dress because I feel like everyone's drowning and they're trying to pull you down too. I think we live in a world of like untalented, fearful based people, and I don't need to know about much people unless they're like people like my friend Brian.
Well, you're the guy also that's off of technology, or just recently got the cell phone, and
Well, he
didn't
does
have a-
Instagram for me because
Yeah.
I don't
Because
need to,
social media is worse than
Then what?
to be honest,
everything.
pretty much everything. I think social media
Yeah.
is like the death of life.
Yeah.
It's in a digital space.
Shout out
where-
to you watching us right now
Yeah,
on social
shout out
media.
social media. I mean, no, it really is.
Marilyn Manson's dressing room right now.
Yeah. Social media, I think, is like the place where it's the echo chamber that everybody creates for themselves, and every algorithm is the echo chamber for the individual. And you cannot escape it. You cannot change it.
Horrifyingly
And
accurate.
I won't say anything
That's
about
not even an
it's
opinion.
It's not the corporations or the billion. It's none of that.
You.
It's just
Us.
your algorithm that you created by looking at the things you want to look at, by being triggered by the things that you want to be triggered by. And like, yeah, if you want to look up and find something bad about somebody, you will find it.
You know what's odd about social media, though, and maybe this is the mystical element that transcends AI and transcends social media's nefarious tones, is that the episode I did with Llama,
Yeah.
he's the most known name person out of all the people that I have. When I have Tibetan teachers on, nobody knows who they are. And actually, historically, they've been the least listened to episodes. And of course, it kind of makes sense that people.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because people don't know what they're looking for.
Wow.
If they knew what they were looking for, they would be the most listened to.
Wow, absolutely.
But they don't, because their algorithm is, I want something controversial. I want to get triggered by something.
Yeah.
And I hate this guy. It's on my feed. Let me hate watch this.
Right.
We love anger.
You see it as a view.
Yep.
And to them, they say, oh, I hate this guy. Love is the author. I hate this,
it's happened.
person. And that, you say, whoa, this gets a lot of views.
Well, you know what they say,
well,
dude.
listens like
or
they don't
listens,
listen to those
Versus
episodes.
or
Well, check
whatever,
this out,
you know?
which is trippy, is during wars, economy goes up, people buy.
Yes.
Anxiety-based purchasing.
Right.
Yeah.
And people are like, they want to be angry, they want to be scared, they
Yes.
want to do that. They
Yeah.
don't want to go and be like,
I want to feel good about myself. Let me watch
No,
you talk to someone who knows something.
And that's
because
what
you
people
wanna
in
know
charge
why,
have figured
because
out. They
gives
figured
you
out
a
about us.
It gives you a goddamn fucking job to do.
Yeah.
Because if you get inspired by some fucking podcast, then you go, wait, I can't fucking be a shitty husband and fucking go to the pool hall every night. Maybe I got to start fucking crossing my legs and meditating and jogging. I don't want to do that. But then you're like, fuck that guy. That's easier. And that's a really weird fucking thing. And
The thing that happened to me with that llama episode is that I put it up, and it was the first time I had done a full video with a Tibetan teacher, and
it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah, it's great.
That's
It
why
really
we're,
is.
that's
that
why-
one's
that is
so
why
good.
we're here.
It's so
Really.
fun. Yeah, it's true because
It
that
is.
Literally.
one. So that's
Yeah,
what I mean
literally.
about it is
Yeah.
that one came. That one, oddly enough,
do
every
you-
episode that I'd ever put out with a Tibetan teacher
What did
hadn't
he
done
say
well.
about time? It
So
broke
time
my
is
fucking head,
we
dude.
invented it a couple hundred years ago.
God.
You know.
And you had that necklace. You had a great necklace on. I remember.
Yeah, that's right, and that's what brought us together. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying is that I actually put that one out, and out of all of the views, it's the most viewed, I think, clip that I've ever put out.
Yeah.
And it's hit so many people and brought in so much attention. And it was the most unsuspecting thing. And so we talk about all the nefariousness of social media and all that. But in this one case, it brought about 6,000 followers.
Fair.
Right.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Insane amount.
Necessary evil, I suppose. I mean, that's a cliche, but
or just maybe purification, like the
Yeah.
the elements that are at play here are mystical, have been here all along, and they can supersede the artificial. So in this case, it was like a purification of the internet. And what it did also is that it created all this banter, like you were saying, about a lot of hate stuff. Oh, they said that I was making fun of my guru because I laughed, and I go,
gurus want you to laugh.
well, yes, and they don't know.
Yeah, belly laugh, Buddha.
Yeah.
Right. And
What
so
the
I would
fuck?
write back, and I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just passing
Have
by.
you
This
stopped
is my
doing that?
guru.
I don't think you should do that anymore. I'm just saying.
It was my first time ever doing it and getting
I
engaged, and
understand.
I heard that's what you're supposed to do. And it's amazing. The threads themselves of my comments back and forth have hundreds of likes.
Yeah.
Because they're like watching me turn things around on somebody without hurting their feel, without being like anger. So that's why I enjoy doing it, is because I can Bob Dylan kind of flip people around
Yeah.
on their wording and go like, what do you know but your mind's projections?
Yeah,
Like-
they're like, why'd you write this song? He's like, well, why'd you write the song that you wrote that you haven't wrote yet? And they're like, what? Yeah, like shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you're right. Bob Dylan and people.
The social media thing, just like music marketing or advertising, it's like, yeah, it is a necessary evil if you want to call it that, but also we could just make a song, right? We could just make a song in a room without microphones,
Give me
without
it.
a
Whereas-
computer, without anything,
Yep.
and go, wow, we made the song.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then you could walk away and go about your day and feel great. I think that's what a true artist is. I think in a lot of ways, that's actually what Christopher is. He could, if he feels anxiety, he'll just play himself a song and be like, I feel better. That's great. And then unfortunately for him, I come into the picture and I go, well, you know, we should really shoot a video. We should really record this thing. You know, I know you don't want to do this, but we should go do this interview and talk about the song. And he's like, why would I want to go talk about why this song's important? Like, the part of it that's important is how it made me feel when I did it. And I'm like, yeah, but we could actually go help other people.
Right.
My piece,
You know,
becomes
excellent.
everyone else's piece. It's like it's just fucking.
It's fine.
Who put this there?
It's real.
Like it's like I'm shooting a piece simple like the fucking Batman sign. It's like, but there is a moment, like there is a creepy moment. Like I remember starting this, like literally, like the first song I wrote, "Running from Pigeons."
From this record?
No, my first song ever.
Ever. Wow.
Yelena Avanasova. I was in love with her, Armenian girl, and I didn't know how to feel about losing her, so I wrote about when we were walking through a park in Boston, and there was a pigeon and she ran. So I said, well, that song's called Running from Pigeons. And I felt better. And then, who knows how I do that for 20 fucking years. What a drag.
I have no idea how he did it.
No one does, actually.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what.
Yeah. No, but I really think there's a, you know, the necessary evil of it is you have the ability to subject yourself to that hate. But in that process, thousands, and actually from that clip, hundreds of thousands of people were inspired by it. You know, I think the best thing you can get out of a podcast is my opinion, obviously. I think the best thing you can get out of a podcast is to stop listening to that podcast and go do something because of something you heard.
Right.
And then when you need to be re-inspired, whether it's 2 hours later or 8 days later or 5 years later, go put on the next one.
And there's people that are figuring out the science of like, how can we get in a commercial before that thing happens that you're describing that you actually want to happen, which is like get inspired and turn the thing off. Somebody be like, well, yeah, but listen to the ad first. And I haven't done any games with my thing, and including follows. Like I don't follow anybody on social media.
Right.
And I've held this integrity with
That's
hurt,
great, by the way.
for a long
Do you know how badly I wish? You have no idea how much I wish that I could open up Instagram and see nothing. But then
I used to go on Facebook because and
that'd be great.
And that was what did it is like people go, hey, you haven't liked my thing. Hey, you haven't commented on this.
Yeah.
And it was like too much to keep up with. And it was family and friends and all this. So I was like, when I went to Instagram, I was like, I'm not going to follow anybody except for my kids, my partner, and blah, blah, blah. And even recently, I just took all them off and I only follow my partner.
Right.
I had to get my kids' permission. I was like, hey, is it all right if I unfollow you? And they're like, yes, Dad. Yeah, please.
Like,
unfollow me.
please. That's just them partying.
I was like doing it to support, like, hey, you know. But
They go like that Amish thing where they go drink Pepsi and do drugs.
I would say that if social media was not a requirement to put out music, and I'm not going to talk about what that means, but I think people who know what that means know what that means. If it wasn't a requirement to put out music, I think both him and I would not be on social media at all.
Right.
I'd love to delete it, get rid of it forever, but
Yep.
sometimes there's a obligation, whether it be social or contractual.
Right.
That means that, yeah, you actually have to post about what this song is, or you have to post something. And especially for, you know, Chris's, you know, this release, of course, which I post for him, so he doesn't have to actually deal with it. Like, I'm only posting music. It's never going to do as well as a video of Chris tattooing his own eyelids.
Right.
But you know what? Like, we don't really want that.
Right.
You know, like, we want to push the music, and if it's not going to do well, like, I don't really care. The only people that care about those numbers are people who have other numbers.
It was really kind of you also to, you know, I have people make covers for their episode. I asked people to like do something Love is the Author themed, and it's been this cool tradition with the the podcast, and it looks like album covers.
I love that. Yeah, it's amazing.
And when you did yours, it's your face, and hearing now from Jonah so eloquently about like how he's taking over that side of things and trying to make that easier because you don't want to have to sell your face, on there.
Yeah.
That you did that for me.
Yeah. Well, you're an exception.
Well, I appreciate being.
I usually don't drive to Ojai either.
Jesus, man. Yeah, you're from New Mexico.
No, I mean it's.
Where do you live in New Mexico, or what area? Can you say?
I would say
The New Mexican area.
Nice. New.
It's kind of like not the old Mexican, maybe mid Mexican.
Nice. Cool. That's
no,
good. No,
kind of like I would say, if anyone wanted to know where I lived, like Google Dennis Hopper.
Wow.
That thing where
Love
it was like the most traffic I have is a coyote and a fucking roadrunner chasing each other. Like, and I think that's it's beautiful. And I thought at one point it would be lonely, but the songs are all there.
Who else is on the record?
Well, I mean,
You got it.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can pee? Can I?
Yeah, go pee.
Yeah.
You
Hang
guys
on. Wait.
can
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No.
Good
You,
boy.
no. Yeah.
I'll answer that. When you get back.
Are we gonna edit this?
Nope.
People pee on Rogan.
He's much taller. Yeah, that's true.
Let me do a quick camera check.
Okay, sweet. It was fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
You're great in this scenario.
Thanks.
Have you done this much?
Yeah, a little bit.
Shit,
Here
man.
and there.
God, and you probably watch. Do you have some favorites?
I watch. I think I used to watch a lot. I used to consume a lot of media, and I think over time I consumed less media and produced more media.
Right.
Like at a certain point, you hear a bunch of people talk about writing songs, and you say, "Let me go write a song."
Yeah.
In
your production of media, does it influence at all when you're sitting there, the long hours of editing things? Do you, the artist, think at times like, God, I wish you would have said it this way, or I wish he'd be more like this? And does that influence your, being
a song
interviewed?
based on how I would want to listen to it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's right.
So like sometimes this is the harmony I would sing if I was driving the car. Well, we should actually just record that harmony in here and mix it in so that you hear it.
Oh, yeah.
know?
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, there are so many songs where I'm like, I wish this had this in it, you know?
That was real.
Our guest house at the beach has stairs too, and we're like holding on to the rail.
You guys don't have stairs in New Mexico, do you?
No.
All right. Who else is on the record?
Wesley Schultz from the Lumineers,
Yes.
His Golden Messenger, Damien Jurado,
I love all those people.
Marilyn Manson, City and Color, Dallas, and Samapoku.
Who's Samapoku?
Samapoku is fantastic. Well, you know what? It's funny. I found out about Samapoku from social media.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was one of his songs had gone viral. A clip of him singing one of his songs. He's like an incredible songwriter, singer. I mean, the long story short is that one of the song that we're talking about was something that when Chris heard, which he was probably living at the house at the time,
I was.
we both were like, "Whoa, this is such a great song."
I was living
song,
at the studio, kind of staying there to make the record of the life or whatever. But I said, "Have you heard this song?" It was Sammy Poku called like "Bartender, Need One Shot of Whiskey." It's probably one of my favorite songs ever. And I sent it to Jonah, and he's like, "Yes, I've heard that." And the fact to sort of circle back to it,
It's crazy.
is, I suppose poetic or something, or brazen, or just.
Full circle. Because when I wrestled that chair,
I think we should table this, and then we should.
Damien Jurado, you have history with, or from the Seattle area. Is that accurate?
Yes. I opened for him in Portland, Oregon, I think it might have been me and then the Head and the Heart and him before they had kind of, shot into the stratosphere. And
Are they big? Head and Heart? I know that.
I think
they're
they
pretty
are.
big, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Did they open for the Lumineers once? I feel like they toured.
Yeah.
with
That sounds like that would make sense.
I remember seeing that.
Well, they opened for Fences on an entire tour.
Oh, wow.
The first tour I took them on, and I'm not bitter.
I like that. I like that song. Let's all be still. I think it's called.
Oh yeah, Let's Be Still.
Let's Be Still.
Yeah, they're great. No, they're amazing. Like Tyler, the drummer, him and I used to hide different magazines in different bathrooms. I won't say what type. Before people had cell phones.
What were the types of bathrooms?
Fisherman Times.
Ones that had stagnant shower, like a shampoo and conditioner. You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
Yes,
we get it.
called a hotel.
Century brutalist.
But no. So yeah,
Damien, like what's
I opened for him in Portland, Oregon, and my band abandoned me. That's great alliteration and poeticism, but they truly left me because they were young guns and they had the bag of money and they went into some dark artistry in Portland, and I was sitting truly outside of the venue, smoking, and Damien walks out, and I'm like starstruck by him because I opened for him, and he was with his wife at the time. He's like, "Hey man, good job. What are you doing?" I go, "I gotta go to Seattle. We're in Portland." He goes, "Get in the car." It's like in his little car.
wow.
And like he's drinking this, I remember he's drinking a 16-ounce Coca-Cola because he's sober and he's smoking. I'm like, we could smoke in here. And then he told me that when he was a kid, he used to go to this guy that did valet in downtown Seattle.
in the Valet Symphony.
Well, check this out. I mean, yeah, kind of, right? But he goes, there's this dude like that worked at the Valet, and he said he made all these mixtapes and shit. And he goes, it kind of dressed like a lumberjack. And he some of these tapes when I was a kid. Kurt Cobain.
Wow.
And he still has them. Wow. So he told me that. That's okay to say on a podcast. That's not like
Casual.
yeah, that's chill. But he told me that. I was like, what the fuck? And then he also told me that he was very excited to be on Sub Pop Records, but one time he said he was working near Sub Pop Records, and I know exactly where that is because there are restaurants. He said he was taking out the trash, and he saw his own albums in the Sub Pop garbage can.
Whoa.
So he kind of broke my heart, but opened my fucking eyes, where it's like, because now he's opening for Father John Misty.
Right.
But the thing is, my first show ever, besides the fucking basement shows and shit in Seattle, was at a place called Chop Suey. It was Fences, Josh Tillman, and Damien. And Josh Tillman is Father John Misty.
Yep.
And now Father John Misty is that guy. But the last time I seen him, it was outside of an Erewhon. And he's like, I was playing bongos with Erykah Badu. I hate L.A. This is real.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that
So
sounds
LA.
fucking horrible to me. I mean, like, I miss getting rained on outside of Glows with Robin Pecknold, you know. That's more like my musical style. And he almost seemed kind of perplexed by the fucking bullshit that he was in. You know, it's like, you know, you don't need to do yoga. You don't need to rename your girlfriend like Pine Tree. Like, you're a Seattle boy. You're like a fucking depressed, like, chain smoking motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, who heard fucking, God, like, I don't know, like, I guess like Simon and Garfunkel, Neil Young, you heard that, and you're getting rained on, and you're wearing like flannel, not like I'm fucking painting Erykah Badu's toenails
Right.
outside of an Erewhon.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, you know what? Let me in. I want it.
You know my Father John Misty story, right?
Yes.
It's wild. He basically was my Maharaji moment of that Ram Dass had when his mind got melted. I mean, Richard Alpert became Ram Dass when his teacher knew
Maybe I
everything about
actually
him.
don't know this at all.
Oh,
Shit.
I was listening. Most most. I don't know most, but during my 20s, I really just listened to what I had already gotten into, and I just kind of stayed with that. And maybe I might invite in a few things new. But in my 30s, I had kids, and it was just like my CD collection, like what I was listening to. I didn't have the subscriber services to Apple or any of that, Spotify. And so I was just listening to my CDs, and it was like old Wilco records or Beatles, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. And Nilsson so I also I met Phoebe Bridgers when she was a teenager and playing at a farmer's market, and she was playing the song 13 by Big Star.
Yeah, Big Star. Elliott Smith covered it.
Yeah.
That is kind of a connectivity to Neil Young carrying around Moody around the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have an email where there's a song Paper Route that she was
between
gonna
you and
sing
Phoebe,
on
right.
Phoebe, but
She was 16 and busking. And for me, I had kids, and we used to go to this farmer's market in Pasadena all the time, and
she was probably so good.
she was insanely
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I know.
I mean, it was like she was playing the song like she lived in that era. And
her voice does kind of fucking rip my rib cage open, and
Totally.
I'm like, okay.
well, the depth also, her understanding music from the 70s and playing that at a busking thing, it
Like
was
Joni stuff. Or,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, like Neil and and just playing songs that were decades earlier than her. That's how I was. And so seeing it in this like Kurt Cobain Angel kind of thing, like that same thing that Kurt Cobain had. She
Kurt
had
Cobain Angel.
where it's like, oh, is this
That'd
person
be a
even going to
good
be
hat or
around?
something.
Yeah,
Kurt
is this
Cobain.
person even going to be around long? Because that's what it felt like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow. And so I built sort
Well,
of.
he already died for her already, so she's good.
Yeah, well, I started to get to know her mom, and then started talking about how talented Phoebe was, and then she came into the studio when she was 18.
Oh, we did talk about that.
Yeah, I played you the song.
Yeah.
She came
God,
in.
That's so bizarre, dude.
So I did this big production, and I was like, I'd like to have Phoebe's voice on it, and this is 3 years before she would launch her own record or whatever, and she came in and sang on the song. Anyway, so Phoebe being in my life, I was like, here's somebody I can trust with new music. So one day she posted about Father John Misty. She said his record, I Love You, Honey Bear, goes hard and
Crazy record.
yeah, just amazing. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get Spotify. This is 2015.
Coughing, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Keep going. Dude.
I get Spotify, and he's the first record that I listened to based on a recommendation. And I'm floored. I'm like, how the fuck did this guy do it? He's not only writing about all the vulnerable, like the stuff that I'm afraid to say, or like men are afraid to say about love and how awkward it is and how embarrassing it is to care about somebody this much and all the fucked up things we do. It was like all on this record that also sounded like it was produced in Laurel Canyon at the time where like Jackson Browne and fucking Joni and all these people were making music. So somehow he had made this sonically sounding amazing record too.
He did all with Jonathan Wilson.
Yeah, Jonathan Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I did Glow with Billy Strings.
Oh,
And
really?
and that feels like fucking that time. It
yeah.
is that time.
Yeah. Wow. Probably 2015 or so.
I tried to ask him to pay him to get married there, and he just, he's like, no, I don't want your money. He's like, get married. He said, get married anywhere. And I did buy like kind of a Gelson's.
There's a grocery store.
Yeah. But no, Jonathan out in that area where Fowler does this stuff.
Yeah.
And then where we
That record, all those records that he makes are just
but if you go in
sonically
there,
beautiful.
so much wood, man.
Yeah, right. No,
Brown wood. When I
Yeah.
see brown wood everywhere,
These records are so organic.
you
sounding.
just, yeah.
It's amazing though.
You start to sound like you have no choice. And it's like, do you have a piano? And he's like, well, it's a really weird, like, psychedelic organ that Frank Zappa liked. It's like, well, I guess all my,
That's
it's
cool.
like when you go in that fucking room, as Josh Tillman would, and it's like, when you go in there, you have a fucking choice to be that way.
Right.
It's like the same way if there's Ram Dass in your bathroom,
Right.
I'm going to pee a certain way.
As a matter of fact, I remember the first time I peed in the bathroom of Love Surf Remember but that's another story. And I was like freaking out. I sent a picture to Devendra, and I was like,
"Did you really?"
Yeah, I was like, "I'm in Raghu's
love
bathroom. I'm
capture.
peeing in Raghu's bathroom."
I can't believe we just captured that mentally. I was like, what is the joke? Where is he with that?
Wow, yeah.
It's so easy.
We do that.
It's easy.
So with Josh, I listened to that record and I fell in love with it, and it was all I was listening to for 6 months. And then I went on a family trip with my kids and wife at the time up to Big Sur, and on the way, I got lost, and I ended up in a cul-de-sac that's called itself a town called Harmony, and there was no cars except for one car on the street. And there was no sign of life also. And I'm like, oh, I got to turn around, but I got to get a picture with this Harmony sign first. So get out, and I take the picture. My wife takes the picture because I love singing harmonies, and it's my whole thing is harmony. And she, I get back in the car, and I turn around, and then out of the corner of my eye, Josh Tillman walks with his wife, and it's just us at like dusk. And I pull over the car.
Are we surprised?
Well, that melted my mind because here's the thing.
But not anymore. You're not surprised.
It's a population 18 town called Harmony where there's nobody, and I was lost. And he was the one person I wanted to talk to more than anybody else on the planet. And I ran into him after taking a wrong turn and ending up in a cul-de-sac
A right turn.
town. Yeah, exactly. It ended up being a right turn.
Yeah.
And then I got to talk to him on the street in this private moment. It melted my mind that the world was that connected, that
Straight
it could
monk.
know. Yeah, totally. It's just, that's where it starts.
You know, that's what I'm saying. That's when I'm laughing, and he's making a joke. We're joking, but it's like when you say those stories, I'm not surprised at all. Of course,
You should write that down.
you bring that to you. You like whatever you're doing, right? You know, and this is not even a complimentary thing. It's almost like you're going to have that happen to you over and over and over.
Now it's like so normal that I think it's like ordinary magic. That's
ordinary magic.
That's the Tibetan. That's a Chogyam Trungpa phrase. You know.
So you found
Ordinary
it.
magic.
You locked in.
Yeah, and I used to get excited about the miracles, and now it's almost like the hallmark of what's real is
Do you think
miracles
this? Do you think this? I was having a kind of a conversation with some friends earlier where it was like, you know, we're talking about, you know, the heroes on the record or Norman or this or you even. Someone said you're excited, and I was like, I'm trying to feel that, and it's kind of going away. The normalcy, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Like I want to feel that rush and that fear.
Yeah.
But I didn't love anxiety and like scared, like, you know, puking in fucking sinks before opening big shows. I don't miss that, but like maybe I do. You know, like what if you'd never puke in the sink? You just look at it. Like what the fuck is that about?
Yeah.
Why is there a sink even there? Or you? You know,
Do you know they say that thoughts come from digestion?
is that why you have to drink like pomegranate juice or something?
No, so I'm just thinking about what's it say about thoughts when you when you vomit,
yeah.
like, you know.
Well, I definitely know in some of my lyrics I talk about you know, regurgitation is like a form of almost like because you're spewing words at me. I mean,
Right.
that hangs around. For
Everything's a regurgitation of the blues.
Yeah. God, I've written about the blues so much too.
The whole theme of the album is the color blue.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
What's the kind of?
Well, it's like a kind of blue.
Oh, okay. Now we're
You
in
know,
Miles.
like, yeah.
Davis
Yeah, Miles Davis, yeah.
And we've come full circle to
Yeah.
Back to jazz.
Coltrane and
Everything goes back to jazz.
You guys, I have to compliment you on the album. I mean, I've been hearing the songs as they've been made, and Chris has been sharing them with me one by one, and I feel the same way. I just put this together now, but what I was saying about Father John Misty's record is that he had done it. You know, he had done the thing that I had kind of dreamed up, and we were talking about Brian Wilson earlier because I have this signed thing he signed of like one of his records, but to my band from the 90s. And
Crazy.
but he used to, he pulled over when he heard, I think it was Strawberry Fields or something like that. He had to pull over his car, and he was like, he was listening intently and he got pissed because he was like, holy shit, they did it. They fucking did it,
Yeah.
you know? And so that's what inspired Pet Sounds, you know?
Love this.
You know, and so that whole thing, it's like that's the feeling that I have from listening to this record. Like you guys have done
That's what you said
it.
to me.
I did.
I sent him a song. I mean, I told you I don't send people stuff. I sent him stuff.
I know.
I know.
I'm in your Instagram.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
He does a great impression of you. I think I'm talking to you all the time.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's.
Oh, you don't want to see my impression of Chris. You don't want to
But
see
it's
my
funny,
impression.
but-
I'm out of here.
I quit. Why are we even here? What does anything even matter? What is a guitar? What are strings? Why are you stringing me along? It's just wood. I wish I was a tree to grow.
You know,
to
as
cut
Kerouac
down.
once said,
You guys, you deflect whenever compliments are happening. So that's what we've just been doing.
Yes, we don't like it. Well,
So take it for a second, and
I will
you've
say you
made
did
the
say
record.
that to me. You go, you did it. And no, and not, I mean, I could actually cry under these fucking glasses. But I sent him, it was either, I think it might have been the Manson one.
No, it
it
wasn't.
No, it was We Go with Wesley.
Yes.
And you just said, wow, man, you did it.
Yep.
And I was like,
It's an accomplishment.
Whoa.
I think
No, I
sonically,
like it.
and this is where you come in.
did
I think
it.
sonically, it's an accomplishment. You know, the Bon Iver record that just came out. Like
Yeah.
this feels like, and they're in different sound categories, but I think what your record has done is similar to that record in the way of like imagining new possibilities, exploring those, and making it seem already like it's something that already was there because it's so comfortable. You know?
it's
jeez.
Congrats to
Yeah.
both of you.
Thank you,
It's
yeah.
a fucking great
Oh,
record.
I'm just staring out the window because I'm like, I'll never forget the moment of that compliment to Jonah, my best bud, and I'm like,
Dude.
just kind of look ahead and just take it.
Yeah, it was crazy to imagine all the people. No, to imagine what it became. You know, like it really started as a voice memo of Chris probably in his bedroom, sitting on his bed, plucking away on a guitar, going like, "Yeah, well, there's a song."
Yeah.
And then it became
This
a record.
It's a landscape. There's
True, the best cousin.
there is an organic and electronic party that's going on. That's an incredible landscape of textures. That's what the record is rich with. It takes his songs, which could be so simple with just him, his voice and a guitar. Fuck it, just his voice a cappella
Right.
singing something is a song, you know, we want to hear. And now it's dressed up in this incredible new sounding place. It sounds like a new place that I
Pretty
hadn't
sweet.
been.
Pretty sweet.
You know, and so I want to say that you in this, you Jonah in this, in the process are sort of like when Radiohead hooked up with Nigel, you know, Godrich.
Yeah.
And
Fact.
You know what I
Thought of
mean?
this,
That's
thought of this.
exactly what it feels like. Is he's found the perfect match, and the long haul. It
Right.
seems inevitable
Mm-hmm.
rather than something to earn between you both. You know, that's what the record sounds like. And I'm being in your space also, you know, and seeing how tight you guys are. You know, it makes all the sense in the world. So congratulations
Thank
to
you. Thank
and
you.
when does the record come out, or is it a surprise?
It's coming out in May.
Okay, in
We
May.
have two singles coming out, and then the record comes out, and we're really excited for people to hear it. I think, you know, I can close the talk about the record with this. It's not only the most impressive thing to myself that I've ever worked on, but if you would have played it for me in its current state when we first started working on it, or even when I was, you know, 12 or 13 and I bought my first audio interface off Facebook Marketplace, and I'm sitting in my bedroom trying to figure out how to record a ukulele without a microphone, which you can't do, by the way. It blows my mind equally whether I was that 12-year-old kid or I had listened to it right when we started making it, or even when I listen to it now, to a point where I truly don't know how we could make something else that's this impactful, just from a personal perspective. It could come out and no one could listen to it, and it'll still impress me.
Yeah, that's the best.
You know,
That's the best.
not so much the words and the singing and the songwriting.
No, I was.
But most of the things that I added.
No, I had my stand-in.
It's called Stand Up.
No, I wasn't even there. It's Terry.
It's Terry.
Terry comes in. I go, draw some shit on you. Go and be like, blah blah blah. I miss this person.
Which, just like Jim Carrey.
Perfect.
Right.
But what you're saying.
You guys are in a tangent of inside jokes right now that it's annoying.
You were talking about the writing the check to yourself, and I was checking the mics before we even started the podcast.
My God. But I will say this. All jokes aside, if I fucking listen to this shit and I hear my song I wrote on a porch in Santa Fe and sent to my best friend, and then I hear Marilyn Manson's voice come in, I go, how the fuck did we do this?
Yeah.
It is literally I have no fear of being dramatic, so I won't even do that fucking cliche fucking sentence. It is the work of my life. I'm always proud. There is nothing much cooler, man. There's nothing much cooler. It's just fucking weird and... Dude, hello. I can't believe you're here. She smells good too. That's the clip, right?
Yeah.
We go from Marilyn Manson to your woman's beautiful hair tangling and swelling up stairwells. What were we saying?
No, congratulations. We were saying congratulations, and everybody should listen.
That should be a clip.
I don't know what you were saying, but you were about to compliment me, so I'll take it.
You have to make a Marilyn Manson clip with her, and I talk about her.
Yeah,
is that cool?
The record really means, I think, more than the words that we have to explain it. It really the only way to explain it is to just listen to it.
Yeah.
It is a story all the way through. It is a connected, piece of art, and it's something that we are doing everything we can to put into the universe as organically as possible.
Yeah. Hey, wonderful.
Wonderful.
And thanks for driving out. I mean, even you coming from LA, that's a big deal. It's like when guests come to visit me.
It's a huge deal.
It is. I mean, if Ojai wasn't so beautiful, I would feel bad.
I told him it was 15 minutes. So I had to fudge it a little, I had to lie a little.
But you drove out how many hours? I mean, it's like 13, something like that.
Shit, man. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then people can figure it out. If it did matter, it was about 18 hours.
Well, I was born, 40 plus years ago, so that was kind of a long ride, too.
Yeah. Hey, man, that it's worth it. It means a lot to me. So, love you guys.
Thank you.
Too. We should do this song.
Yeah. Can we do a song for you?
Sure, please.
All right,
We'll edit it.
Set it up.
Yeah.
Did you want this song on there? Probably.
Yeah.
Let's close it with the song.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
It was so fun, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, a song presented from the new record, Now She's Long Gone, Squint, here's Fences.
And what should I say? And what should I do? And why am I crying in red, white, and blue? The children are gone, and they've all grown up, sitting in corners with coins in a cup. And I wanna help, and I can't help myself. When Mary made Jesus, do you think that she Devil's a bartender, and he's serving his strain. The devil's a bartender, he forgot heaven's gate. And what should I sing, and what should I play? What is tomorrow? Once yesterday, the children are gone, and they've all grown up. A wolf is a wolf, but once was a pup. I wanna help, but I can't help myself. And Mary, May, and Jesus, do you think that she will? The devil's a bartender, and he's serving his drink. The devil's a bartender, he forgot heaven's gate, but he's serving us well. Yeah, he's serving us well. Down to hell. Yeah, he's serving us well. He's serving us well. Straight down to hell.
Nice. We did it.
Beautiful.
That was really nice. I felt good.
That's really
God.
Woo! You didn't even know he played that thing?
No, neither
Neither
did
did I.
I didn't know you sang either. We don't know what we do.
Eighth
Oh,
grade
Jesus.
found its way back in our home.
Exactly.